died on the John.
Danforth, what's wrong?
Oh, nothing's wrong. Things are better than they've been in years. I just need a little help, that's all.
Danforth, you're handcuffed to the door.
Aren't you the fucking genius?
BoogeyMan band coming round the bend. Is BoogeyMan band. Is BoogeyMan band.
Greetings, my fellow Fright Fiends, and thanks so much for dropping by the Horror Zone channel. I hope everyone's doing well. Today's video is going to be celebrating the 30th anniversary of the 1993 Stephen King adaptation, Needful Things.
Castle Rock Entertainment and Stephen King invite you to visit Castle Rock, Maine, a quiet little town whose population has just increased by 1.
Do you believe in the devil, Father? I guess I have to. You can't have one without the other. What does he look like? What the hell does he look like?
May I take this opportunity to welcome you to Castle Rock on the good Lord's behalf?
Why not? So where are you from?
Ohio. I've been in this business a long time, and I have learned the pleasure of offering my customers what they really need.
He came here to destroy us.
Oh, you wussy.
There have been 2 murders and an attempted suicide in this quiet little town, and Mr. Leland Garner's at the bottom of it.
You are disgusting. I like that in a person.
Everybody that's got it coming is gonna get it now.
The young carpenter from Nazareth. I knew him well. Promising young man. But he died badly. A famine here, a flood there, a little bloodlust, a broken heart. You can't win. I've got God on my side. We're having fun now. How is it going? I killed my wife. Is that wrong? Hey, these things happen.
I've decided to do this in a couple of different ways. Now, number one, I do have the first printing of the novel, which came out in 1991. I was a senior in high school when this came out. I didn't actually read the book, though, until I was a lot older. I didn't read the book until I was 29 years old. For some reason, I had a hard time getting into anything that wasn't already adapted into a film. So this film wouldn't be adapted into a film until 2 years after it was originally released. Like I said, I do have this is the original publishing, and this was put out by Viking. I did read the book in 2004 when I was working for Ticketmaster in San Francisco. It was actually a book that I read on the train as I was going into San Francisco from the East Bay. And I remember there was one guy that worked in my building. I worked at Ticketmaster, but we also had Ticket Web, which was down the hall from us. And this one guy, I remember every time I would be in the break room reading it, he would just go on and on about how it was an atrocious book, it was horrible, rip on the movie, and it used to drive me crazy. And I was just like, eat your fucking breakfast sandwich and leave me alone. He just really, really irritated me. And I wasn't bothering him. I was just trying to find a neutral space to read my book and relax in the middle of my day, just on a break. And he just would not stop harassing me. And just like many people that I would deal with in film school, one of those people that just forces their opinion on you. And I couldn't stand him. And I still remember exactly what he looked like. And even though it was 19 years ago, but I read the book and I really enjoyed it. I did notice some things about the book that were very different from how it was adapted for the big screen. And the whole story about Needful Things is that the devil comes to this small town and sort of through his little shop and finding, what everyone desires in terms of what he's selling, he kind of turns the townspeople onto each other, so causing chaos because Leland Gaunt is the devil in disguise. The thing that the book did differently than the movie was that what Leland Gaunt was actually selling these people was actually junk. It looked like junk to everybody else that saw it except for the buyer. So when the buyer saw it, they saw their most desired object that they ever wanted. And a character from the short story The Body or Stand By Me, the movie, being Ace Merrill, of course played in that film by the amazing Kiefer Sutherland, is actually in the book Needful Things. But I thought that was cool. There's also references to Cujo. Yeah, I really enjoyed this book a lot. I haven't read it, like I said, in 19 years, but I would like to revisit it. It's a long book. It's 700 pages. It's just shy of 700 pages, like 692 pages. But I thought it flowed really well, and this was one that I had a really easy time going into. And I think it's an underappreciated adaptation. Now, I have the original release that MGM put out. This is just the regular DVD release. But just recently, going back about a month ago, Kino Lorber put out a brand new 4K Blu-ray release of the film. And what's so fantastic about this is that there was a 191-minute cut of the film that was not aired in theaters. It was actually aired, I saw it for the first time Thanksgiving of 1996. It was on TNT. And I feel like what that version does right is that it adds a lot more character exposition and even actually includes characters that were cut out from that 120-minute version. So, much like the book, the plot for the film deals with a mysterious new shop that opens in the small town of Castle Rock, which always seems to stock the deepest desires of each shopper with a price far heftier than expected. The movie stars Max von Sydow as Leland Gaunt, Ed Harris as Sheriff Alan Pangborn, Bonnie Bedelia as Polly Chalmers, Amanda Plummer as Nettie Cobb, J.T. Walsh as Danforth Keaton III, Ray McKinnon as Deputy Norris Ridgway, Duncan Fraser as Hugh Priest, and Valerie Bromfield as Wilma Jerzyk. The movie was adapted by writer W.D. Richter, and it was directed by Fraser C. Heston. And just to showcase, here's the packaging for the Kino Lorber release. I really like it. It's got the 2 discs. You got the 4K and the Blu-ray. The Blu-ray is where the television cut is, and then the 4K has a commentary by Fraser C. Heston, and the Blu-ray has the a special feature by Red Shirt Pictures interviewing the screenwriter. This is a fantastic release if you're a fan of this film. If you haven't seen the 191-minute cut, I do 100% recommend it. It is my preferred version of the release. I do want to point out that if people do buy this to watch that cut, the language is toned down. Otherwise, it looks fantastic. I think it plays better because you have more exposition with a lot of the characters that are just sort of shown rolling out of the store. You actually find out what their purchases were. You find out a little bit more about Brian Rusk's mother, was a character that was completely pretty much cut out of the theatrical release. And I just think it flows overall better. Yeah, I just think it's an overall better film and better paced, and I just have a blast watching it. Like I said, if you can get past like some of the edits with regards to the language, I definitely recommend the 191-minute cut of this film. And I am so grateful that Kino Lorber put this out. 30th anniversary, celebrating Needful Things. Cannot recommend this movie enough. If you're a fan of it, definitely recommend picking this up. It's on Amazon right now, or you can go directly to the Kino Lorber site and pick it up there. I'll put links down below to both of them. So I'm curious, what do you guys think about Needful Things? Is it a film that you enjoyed? Have you guys read the book? I'm just curious. It's one of my favorite Stephen King books. It's in my top 10, easy. I enjoyed reading it. I'd like to revisit it because, again, it's been 19 years since I read it. And yeah, I just wanted to do something to celebrate Needful Things because it was one of those movies where I wanted so much more from it the first time I saw it, but I still would go back to it so many times just because I love Bonnie Bedelia and she's absolutely gorgeous in this, and I was always been a fan of Ed Harris and J.T. Walsh, the late great J.T. Walsh, and I thought Amanda Plummer did a great job in the film too, and Max von Sydow, the late great Max von Sydow, who can't say enough great things about him. But yeah, even though I just always felt like it was choppy and there was some elements that were missing and I wanted more of, I would always go back to that theatrical cut. And then in '96, when I saw that longer version on TNT, and I'm like, oh, where's all this footage been? This is great. This is what I wanted to see. And then through YouTube had it. I was able to watch some of it there, but then revisiting it and watching it on this amazing release from Kino Lorber just was really, really special, and I'm grateful for that company for putting that out. So happy anniversary to Needful Things. I still think it's a really good adaptation, even though it didn't really do anything when it came out and critics were really hard on it, but I enjoy it. I have fun with it. I think the extended version of the film is so much better. So yeah, absolutely check it out. Thanks so much again, everyone, for watching. I hope everyone's enjoying the content that I'm putting out. I appreciate everybody's support, and I'll talk to you again real soon. Take it easy. Stay scared as always. Fright Fiends, just want to say thank you again for supporting BoogeyMan Ben's Horror Zone. If you're brand new to the channel and you haven't yet subscribed, please hit the subscribe button down below, hit the bell notification so you're updated every time I drop a new video. I typically do this once or twice a week with new content. I've been doing this for over 11 years, and the horror genre is a passion of mine, and it really means a lot to me that I can share that passion with all of you guys. Thanks so much again for the support, and I'll talk to you again later. Take it easy, stay scared as always.